Good morning, all. It is a very busy time of year. We are prepping for a big fair. I just got an order of glass in, and all that humming and buzzing you're hearing is the syrup heating up. So I need to start getting stuff ready for a fair. Well, right now we're working on some of our infused syrups. New product we did this year, and it has turned out to be well worthwhile. I gotta tell you though, boy, if you don't sample your product out to potential customers, you really need to start doing it. We really started doing that this year. We've done it in the past, but we really started doing it this year. I got some great little caps that go on the bottles, and so I can give out samples. And I think it's at least 50% of the time that somebody has a sample of, like, say, one of the infused syrups, they buy it when they otherwise might not have. So it's well worth it. And it shows, because now I need to bottle up a bunch more. So I'm going to do cinnamon infused today. We're going to do coffee infused today. Actually, by the time you see this video, which will be on Sunday, the day before, we will have done a big craft fair. It's the Skowhegan bread fair, which is a really good event. Lots of good food, lots of really good vendors. And we're doing a bigger booth than we normally do for that one, so that ought to be pretty good. So yeah, so the fairgrounds approached the association looking to get a sugar house in there, and they have a building for us. Doesn't really look like a sugar house, but we will make it work. And we can always adapt it to make it look like a sugar house, or maybe build an actual one at some point down the road. But right now, it'll work. Gets us in the door. And hey, you come on, play nice. There we go. So yeah, it's gonna keep us busy for 5 days, making cotton candy and iced coffees, and trying to stay ahead of things. Selling lots of syrup. Oh, come on. Okay. And then after that, things kind of quiet down for at least August. Just got craft fairs farmers markets, one small craft fair, and just general prep for the seaplane fly-in in September. That's gonna be fun. We always look forward to that one. September. I mean, doesn't that look pretty? One of our neighboring maple farms they did some upgrading, and so they were sifting through their inventory of spare parts, and they had a releaser. It's actually a double releaser, or not double releaser. It's a mechanical releaser, and it has 2 trapdoors on it, which is twice the capacity of our current one that we have out at the second pump house. remote pump house that you've seen our videos for. And it's missing a few parts, so what we want to do is replace those parts. Excuse me, on the tail end of a cold here. But anyways, we want to replace those parts, and if possible, take that new, bigger releaser and put that out at that second hill, which would give us more capacity out there, because those trees like to really give off a lot of sap. And then it also came with a moisture trap. We'd like to get that installed out there as well. So between the extra capacity, hopefully it won't get overwhelmed and flooded. And then in case it does, we'll have the moisture trap right behind it, which will catch any excess liquid and keep it from going back up our vacuum line that comes from the other hill, or comes from this hill rather, so that it doesn't cut off vacuum by having that line half full of sap, and then it freezes at night and just it makes a mess, a total mess. So that would be a huge upgrade for that hill. And then that releaser that's out there currently, I'm thinking we'll move that and put it on the big sap ladder on this hill. It's got like 600 taps on it. And then we'll put a small tank on that, and then a float valve, and we'll hook that releaser up so that those 6-7 lines all flow into that. It dumps into the tank. When it fills up, it trips the float valve, and once that opens up, it will then take one of our, I think they're 3/4 inch lines. Yeah, I think they are 3/4 inch lines that are coming down from above. Will then suck out of the bottom of the tank with vacuum. It works really, really well, and we actually did that temporarily when the sap lifter burned up on us. That was actually our solution. We actually ran all those lines into a tank and then just sucked out of the bottom of it. And I think if we do that, if my math is right on the amount of vacuum that we would gain on those lines, which is in that minimum of 5 inches, but could be as upwards as 7 inches of vacuum, that would gain us the equivalent of 55 gallons of syrup extra off of those trees, which would greatly improve our overall production. So on top of that, we got projects that need to get done in the woods. We got some old drops that are just short. They need to be replaced. That's actually out at that section of the sap ladder. Also over there, we've got some trees that are kind of in the outer fringes. I want to get them anyways, but especially if we get good vacuum over there with that other upgrade I was just telling you about, then I would really like to add all those trees in. It's going to take some tubing, but we got pretty much all the rest of the fittings we need for it. So that'll boost our taps. Actually, on the new hill, there's a couple places where when we were initially installing stuff, over there, especially one line in particular, we were working on that like in the morning, and then real quick and then we would switch to fixing leaks and everything in the rest of the day and boiling syrup. So there were, I I want to say, I think I figured there was at least 21 or 28 trees or something like that that we missed. I'd like to add them in. So I'd like to work on that. That shouldn't take us too long. Yeah, it's a good, like, 1 day project, really, I think. Maybe 2 days. That's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy installing tubing. It's a lot of work, or a lot of fun. I don't know. Sorry, this is a pretty boring episode. Really don't have any action going on. It's not like in the springtime, or springtime when we're making syrup and all that. So a lot of the projects we're doing are designed or are with the thought in mind of we're trying to increase production, but also eliminate as many of the headaches as possible and improve efficiency. If we don't have to babysit a pump house because one line was half full of slush or completely full of slush and sap first thing in the morning, and it's just flooding the releasers and just causing us a headache, and potentially flooding out the vacuum pumps or the vacuum line if it's a second hill. So if we can eliminate those, then it eliminates hours, at least hours, if not a couple of days out of every season that are just headaches, just trying to fix what just got busted because there was just so much sap that came down all at once. First thing in the morning. You to death? How about I flip you to time lapse? For you, it'll only be a minute or two tops. For me, it'll be all day. But yeah, stay tuned for the end.
All right, at the bread fair. Huh, look at that. What do you know? Things are selling quickly. Sold all our large cotton candy. Half gallons and gallons are gone. Pints are gone. Quarts are almost gone. Selling a lot of infused syrups. Some of our barbecue sauce is gone. Almost out of maple vinegar. Out of maple sugar, regular maple sugar. Except for a couple small jars. Out of granola. Almost out of popcorn. Almost out of coffee. But lots of great vendors here at the bread fair. And of course, good music. Oh. Of course, you're seeing that by the time you guys see this video, this will all be over. But we'll see you guys next year at the bread fair. You gotta come. If you haven't been, you gotta come. A lot of good food, a lot of good music, a lot of great vendors. I'm gonna stop over here. There's lots more vendors under here. Lots of food vendors down there. Some great shawarma further down. Really good ice cream too. Like I said, really good music. Oh, as always, if you like our videos, please like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on the next one.